Welcome back to the channel. Fellow Nigerians, truth seekers and defenders of justice, a powerful voice has just shaken the foundation of the Nigerian legal system. Dr. Maxwell Opara, a senior lawyer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has just broken his silence, and what he revealed will leave the Nigerian government exposed like never before. He didn't mince words. IPOB is not a terrorist group, and any attempt to label it so is now a legal time bomb waiting to explode. Let's hear it directly from the man who shake Abuja with his truth bomb.
This message goes to those that address IPOB as proscribed organization. I want to make this clarification to those who are wallowing in ignorance. Indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is not a terrorist organization. It's registered in various countries of the world. Here in Nigeria, in order to stop Nnamdi Kanu and the good people of Igbo land from agitating and exercising their rights of self-determination, the then tyrannic and despotic government led by autocratic President Muhammad Buhari, with the help of his then Attorney General, rushed to court, and the court ignorantly granted them the right to proscribe IPOB as a terrorist organization. Well, I don't want to go into that because the matter is pending in court at the Supreme Court as we speak, where we are challenging that proscription. But meanwhile, the same Nigerian court, led by presided over by Honorable Justice of Federal High Court, has also ruled that IPOB is not an unlawful assembly organization. That one is on that. So anybody, be you in their house or anybody that call IPOB a proscribed organization or a terrorist organization, henceforth shall meet us in court. We will challenge, we will file action of defamation against such an individual or organization. That one is on that. Secondly, I want to also let the members of the public to disregard all the plan led by the Nigerian government in order to punish Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is facing trial. If you watch, any time Nnamdi Kanu's matter is coming up, or we are waiting for a particular ruling for Nnamdi Kanu, Nigerian government and the enemies of Nnamdi Kanu, the enemies of Igbo people, will come to the southeast to blackmail Nnamdi Kanu, especially when there is a crime committed by the people they know, committed by the terrorists, especially Fulani terrorists. They will say that it is IPOB. You just imagine, that was a couple of days ago. To be precise, I think that was on the 24th of July. Yes, either 24th or 25th of July, when there was an incident that happened in Mbano, in Imo State. In less than 2 hours of such an incident, the commissioner of police said that act was committed by members of IPOB. How did you carry out investigation and arrive in such a conclusion in less than 2 hours? Commissioner of police, we know what they are doing because they know that the ruling on local submission is coming up on the 10th of October. That we are not deterred. So, and we are going to start with the police by filing defamation of character, so they know that we are serious. You tell us how you arrive. Since you know that the people that committed the atrocities, what stopped you from getting them arrested? It's very unfair and it's very shameful. So the essence of making this video is to advise you to disregard all those their gimmicks, all those their plan to let the judiciary to paint IPOB black before the judiciary. That's what they are doing, and we know their plan, and it will not stand. Thanks, and God bless you.
The legal earthquake Nigeria wasn't ready for. Dr. Maxwell Opara didn't just speak as a lawyer. He spoke with the full legal authority of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself. This wasn't an opinion. It was a formal legal declaration backed by national and international law by stating publicly that IPOB is not a terrorist group. He has now put the Nigeria judiciary and security agency on legal notice. Any further lie, propaganda is no longer just defamation. It is actionable in court. This is a turning point. Nigeria has been won the international legitimacy of IPOB. Maxwell Opara reminded the world of one fact the Nigerian government wants buried. IPOB is recognized globally as a peaceful movement. For over 20 years, IPOB has operated openly in the UK, US, Germany, South Africa, and many other countries. Yet, only Nigeria, under highly controversial court process, called them terrorists. And even that ruling is now under appeal in the Supreme Court. So what happens if the Supreme Court overturns it? Every lie told will fall apart and lawsuit will begin. The ex-party scam that proscribed IPOB. Let's break it down. What did Buhari government do? They ran to court secretly, filed an ex-party motion without IPOB's knowledge, and got a judge to label IPOB as terrorists without any defense or trial. That is like arresting someone and sending them to prison without letting them speak. It violates the Nigerian constitution and international law. And now, Dr. Opara has exposed it. This wasn't a legal victory. It was a dirty political ambush. Imo Police Commissioner caught lying. Within 2 hours of a tragic killing in Imo State, the Commissioner of Police blamed IPOB. No investigation, no suspect, no arrest, just a quick press statement to shift blame. But since then, not a single person has been arrested. No evidence, no follow-up. Meanwhile, IPOB came out and publicly condemned the killing, so why blame them? Dr. Opara say it clearly. This is targeted profiling, a state-driving campaign to criminalize a peaceful group for political reasons. The danger of propaganda over facts. Dr. Opara's warning was not just legal, it was a moral and political red flag. When you label a peaceful movement as a terrorist, you endanger democracy. You also send a signal to the world that Nigeria punish self-determination even when done legally. If IPOB, which has never bombed a single market, is a terrorist group, then what are the Fulani bandits that massacre villages every week without being declared terrorists. The world is watching. The double standards are too loud to ignore. Misinformation as a weapon. This is not just about IPOB. This is about how governments use misinformation to destroy lawful dissent. Dr. Opara is saying loud and clear, the Nigerian government has been spreading falsehoods, and it is time to stop media houses. Journalists and bloggers are now legally warned. Continue to call IPOB terrorists and you will be sued. That is no longer a threat. It is a promise backed by constitutional power and court enforcement. The Supreme Court showdown. A battle is coming and it is headed straight for Nigeria's Supreme Court. That controversial 2017 proscription order is now under appeal. If the Supreme Court strike it down, it will rewrite the legal narrative on IPOB. It will prove that IPOB was never a terrorist group, and it will expose Buhari administration for abusing judicial processes. Dr. Opara's statement is laying the foundation for that victory, and when it comes, it will be a global embarrassment for Nigeria. Tribal profiling and state abuse. This is not just law. It is also about ethnic injustice. Every time there is violence in the East, the blame goes to IPOB, even when there is no proof. This profiling has led to mass arrests, torture, and unlawful killings of Igbo youth. Yet, in the north, bandits have declared their own emirates and even run checkpoints. No proscription, no mass arrest. Dr. Opara is saying enough is enough. Stop using the law as a weapon against one ethnic group. Kanu'S legal team is now on the offensive. This statement is the beginning of a new legal offensive by Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers. They are not waiting anymore. They are taking the fight to the court of public opinion and the Supreme Court. They are challenging media houses, security agencies, and even the presidency. Every false headline, every careless statement, every government lie will now be met with lawsuits. This is a war of facts versus fear, and Dr. Opara has just fired the first legal bullet. The future of IPOB and the message to Nigeria. Let's be clear. This is not just about IPOB. It is about whether Nigeria can still call itself a democracy. You can't jail a man for demanding a referendum. You can't call peaceful protest a crime. You can't label self-determination as terrorist. The world has moved on. Referendum is not rebellion. And IPOB has never used violence to push its goals. Dr. Opara's voice is a call to Nigeria. Do the right thing before it is too late. The hidden motive behind IPOB proscriptions. Let's face the truth. Proscribing IPOB was never about law and order. It was about silencing a rising voice. The Buhari administration feared the growing support for Biafra and the international recognition IPOB was gaining. They didn't want the world to hear Nnamdi Kanu speak at the United Nations or address international parliaments. So what did they do? They rushed to court, secretly declare IPOB a terrorist group, and use that as a license to kill, arrest, and harass. Dr. Opara has now pulled the mask off their face. International silence and double standards. Dr. Opara's statement is also a challenge to the international community. Why has the UN remained silent? Why is the US government quiet when a peaceful group is being branded terrorists without evidence? They speak up for Ukraine, Gaza, and Sudan. But what about the people of the old eastern region of Nigeria? The same people whose rights are being trampled daily. Dr. Opara's legal position is a reminder to the world. Justice delay is not justice denied. It is deadly. The silence of the West is enabling oppression in Nigeria. The media must now choose truth or training. One of the boldest parts of Dr. Opara's statement was his clear warning to the media. From now on, any station, newspaper, or blog that call IPOB a terrorist group will face legal action. This is a major shift in the game. No more free propaganda. No more careless headlines. Every journalist will now be forced to ask, is this true? Or are we spreading lies fed by the government? The media must now choose stand for truth or be dragged to court for defamation. DSS, state actors, and the abuse of power. What about the DSS and the Nigeria security agencies? They have held Nnamdi Kanu in solidarity confinement. They have denied him medical care. They have disobeyed court orders over and over again. Dr. Opara's statement is a silent warning to them too. The abuse of power will not last forever. Every false report, every human rights violation is being documented. One day, there will be international tribunals, lawsuit, and accountability. This legal war is only just beginning. IPOB's peaceful path is its greatest weapon. Let's close this part with a reminder of something the government hates. IPOB has never taken up arms despite provocation killings, arrests, and persecution. They have insisted on a peaceful and democratic path. That alone destroyed the terrorist label. That alone proves IPOB is a freedom movement, not a military. And that is why Dr. Opara's statement matters so much. He is not just defending IPOB, he is defending the very meaning of justice in Nigeria. If you believe in truth, if you believe in justice, if you believe that IPOB deserve fair treatment like every other group in Nigeria, then share this video, like, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more updates. Use the hashtags #IPOB is not a terrorist group, #justice for Nnamdi Kanu, #stop lies, #free Nnamdi Kanu now. Let this message reach the four corners of the world. IPOB is not a terrorist organization, period.